The video was supposed to be about this box here and what it does. I'm not going to spoil it for you. We will be showing all this on the next video. I've been tripping over myself here lately with the muller issues, and then I ended up, while I was doing the muller, I was also patching the furnace, and then I went to run the furnace several weeks ago, and I had fire coming out of the transfer tube. Needless to say, that was going to be a deadly accident waiting to happen, so I had to fix that. So I ended up tearing down the burner, slapped all that back together, put it on the furnace, and never did fire it. I went for the next 2 weeks grinding and cleaning up castings. This is some of them here. It wasn't until last night that I fired the furnace back up for the first time since I did the repair. Well, it did not get up to heat. It started blowing out on me. So I spent today going over my notes step by step to see what's going on, and sure enough, I had 2 findings. That's got to be resolved, so I'm going to be spending either late tonight or sometime tomorrow tearing that burner back off, putting that back together. With that said, I've been shut down grinding and cleaning castings and haven't had time to focus on what should be some simple stuff. It just doesn't work that way. Welcome to my world. So the thumbnail that you're looking at is a max oscillating spindle sander, and I will tell you more about that along with showing unpacking it after this message. Well guys, I guess I will start off this video. First of all, I want to thank all of you for your wishes on the last video for my semi-retirement coming up. Also, I want to thank Mr. Pete and his wife, Miss Jeanette, for the lovely card that I got right here. And I will put it right here under their picture. Well, Dollar, let's go for a ride, shall we? Well, it looks like we have picked up Jake while we're at it. I also want to thank Mr. John Terry from Santa Rosa, Florida. He made a contribution towards the building fund. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully we'll be getting started on that sometime very soon. This heat is getting to be overwhelming. Looks good. Maybe I can get this thing home before it rains. It's been overcast. They're talking about scattered showers today. And I see some shiny metal I don't want rusting. We made it home, and it is still overcast, but I got very lucky, knock on wood. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it over here, use the crane to lift it out of the truck. I am probably gonna, I'll just run straps under the table. I think that's gonna hold it just fine. We'll set it down, drive the truck out from under it, set it down, and then I'm gonna leave it on the skid as I hook the gator to it and drag it around here. I gotta get the lawnmower out of the way. Oh, that is nice. I like that. Oh, the table's in great shape. Not pitted. Check out that top. I'm going to keep oil on this. It came from out west. It is the Max Spindle Sander. Always wanted one. It's good and solid, rigid. I like it. And I can't thank Larry enough for that. This was given to me by Mr. Larry Schweitzer out of Lincoln, Nebraska. But one of the things that I did need desperately at times, not all the time, but there are special applications where I need to have a tilting oscillating sander to touch up patterns. They're a must for pattern making as well. And I had decided I was going to go to Home Depot and just buy the cheap plastic Ryobi or whatever it was just to get me by. They didn't have it. Well, I turned around, disgusted. I said, you know, I'll just have to rasp it by hand, right? Because it wasn't a curve on the internal surface. I guess 1 week later, Larry asked me if I could use a Spindle Max, which I'm very familiar with. It was always on my wish list back in my woodworking days, but I never could justify buying one. I couldn't spend that much money. And, you know, it stumped me because here I am. I already said I'm not going to be spending any more money right now. I was hesitant to reply to that, and I asked him, you know, just for the kicks, how much is it? And he said, I'll give it to you. Well, he's in Nebraska. And I'm thinking, all right, so I've got to go all the way to Nebraska if I'm going to get this. Larry said he's got it. Larry paid for the shipping on this, along with gave Windy Hill Foundry the Max Sander. And I got to tell you, I was blown away. I am blessed to have very good, I'm surrounded by some very good friends. All I got to do now is get this thing wired up. And first thing I got to do is get some oil on that surface. That's a must. We need to do that right now. And I also need to put a few drops in the impact driver before I put it up anyway. As hot as it is out there, this should just flow right on without pumping it. Well, maybe not. Alright, let's squeeze it. I ain't got time for that. Rub it in. Get all the exposed metal surfaces. There we go. Got a nice, good coat of oil on it. And nothing will be stacked on this. This is not going to be used as a layout table or anything else. Oh, I'm so proud of this. I can't wait to get it running. Let's see if I can get it over here where, yeah, now you can see it's beautiful. It is, there's no nicks in it. The Spindle Sander has a viewport for your oil right here. This also tilts up to I think probably past 45 degrees in both directions. Well, I'm sure, yeah. But anyway, let's see how you do that. I guess you would less loose. So you loosen this side. And I guess you only have to loosen it one side. There you go. I'm going to make sure I don't have an additional knob here to loosen before I get to playing with it. But this is a quick stop, bottoming out on 90 without having to, or bottom it out on 0 degrees without having to look at your scale first. And then it just flips out of the way when you want to tilt it this direction. Magnetic switch. So, my next step, I got to, and I don't know, there's no way to get to the motor, I don't see, to get the horsepower and all that. Keith told me to look that up, and I don't see it. I'll call Larry, or I'll shoot him an email and ask him if he can give me any of the specs on that. I gotta put this up real quick. So this is the hardware. You got your rubber drums and your sanding cylinders. Your sanding paper is in tubes, and it slides over these big rubber mandrels of different sizes. And he told me I was going to have to make one, and it's probably going to be for these smaller ones. But and that's the hardware right there. And I think there's more stuff on down in there as I look. But what I'm going to do, Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff down there. No, there's a mandrel. I'm going to do a demonstration using this. As soon as we get it up and running, I've got to get the information off the motor to be able to give to Keith, where Keith can tell me what variable frequency drive I got to have. Look at that table. I bet the next time Keith's up here, he's going to be wanting to scrape it. But yeah, guys, I wanted to show you my Max Spindle Sander. And these are made in San Jose, California. I found out the best way to keep anybody from stacking anything on the table. That'll keep me and Josie both from doing that. I just haven't noticed it's the same shade of red as my table there. Eaton switch. Doesn't look like I'm going to entirely get away from them, does it? As I try to keep everything going, I've got to have help. I got lucky. This young lady, she lives only about a mile from me. This is Patricia, and she's going to be boxing the castings for us. Anyway, we got this stack, and she's going to go ahead and have that ready. So Patricia has knocked them all out. Just going back over them, we found out we don't have enough tape, so I'll hit it again probably tomorrow and knock these out. Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up here, and once we get this wired up, I will be doing a video on that, how it works, and show you what kind of finish it puts on there. Also, to those that I didn't mention that have helped me over the years contributing to the Foundry, I haven't forgot you. I don't want to leave anybody out. I appreciate all you guys. As I said before, I am extremely blessed to have you. Not only as a friend, I consider you my family. Now, the straight edges. It has taken a long time to get to this point where we can release them. I have been called some nasty things because I'm supposedly lazy and other things. I can't remember what was said, but keep in mind, I'm in quality for an aerospace company during the daytime. I'm going from tolerances that deal in 20 millionths to 4 micro finishes to coming out here and casting in iron of all things. I want you guys to know that I am reluctant to let anything slip out of here without my complete satisfaction on it. I give it my very best, guys, and if I don't feel good about it, I'm not letting it go anywhere until we get the bugs worked out. Guys, the Rucker Straight Edges are the best of the best. My consistencies on the process are followed exactly the same every time. No deviations from the beginning to the end. And I just want you to know how much pride I take in my work. I would be very reckless to make any kind of decisions to let these go any earlier than I already have. I just want you to know that. And also, please keep in mind, Keith just had surgery, so don't bomb him with emails. Just pay attention to him in the next week. If you're watching my channel, consider yourself lucky to get the heads up. He will be announcing these. So with that said, just be patient. Keep an eye on Keith, and when he gets ready to announce it, we will let the first batch of 50 go out the door, and it takes a while to replenish that, so bear with me as we do this. Now, Josie's out of here right now. She's up in Iowa. There's an illness in the family, and she's trying to help out there. So I got all this on my own, other than Patricia. Thank you, Patricia, if you're watching. I really appreciated your help last night. But anyway, hope y'all have a good night. Take it easy. For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.